Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a new playthrough for the channel after a long time, Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. This is the PS4 version of the game, just so you're aware. If some of you are more familiar with my channel, you know that I started out doing playthroughs and then I stopped for a couple of months. And if you're wondering why I'm randomly doing a playthrough now, well, I'm pretty much here alone for Thanksgiving. Well, like, I have a carton of apple juice with me, but basically I'm here alone for Thanksgiving, so, you know, why not? Let's play some video games. So anyway, yeah. So, I do have intentions of going through the entire trilogy. So, we might as well start off with the first game, Spyro the Dragon. So, I'll see you all after the cutscene plays.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Gnorc is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it!
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that opening cutscene. In case you're wondering why Spyro wasn't frozen in crystal, I believe it's mentioned in, I think, an instruction booklet or something that Ganasty Gnorc didn't see Spyro as a threat, so that's why he didn't do it. Anyway, let's go right quickly through the controls. You use the R stick to rotate the camera, you use the left stick or the D-pad to control the camera, it depends on how fine a movement you want. Actually, because I'm doing this with the D-pad right now. It's pretty sensitive, so it's a good thing though. You press L1 or R1 to do this dodge roll. It's not the most useful move, but there are a few places where I use it. Press R2 to breathe fire. You can also do the same thing with circle button. L2 will center the camera wherever Spyro's facing. You press down on the right stick, or you press down on triangle to go into this sort of first-person mode. You press square to charge, which is good, because some enemies are resistant to your fire, and some enemies are resistant to your charge, so you gotta know which one to use one. You press X to jump. If you press X while you're in the air, you'll fly, and that's it. What I just picked up there is a gem. There are different kinds of gems in this game. Basically, there are 5 kinds. Red is worth 1, green is worth 2, blue is worth 5, yellow is worth 10, and pink is worth 25. The values have changed throughout the series, so I'm just giving the numbers that is based on Spyro 1. And, ooh, what's that up in the corner up there? Yep, so something new that I'm doing this for this series that I actually prepared a while back, is at the beginning of each world, I'm going to have this little card that's displayed for a few seconds. It won't be there for the whole level, so don't worry about that. Basically, it's going to say, how many gems there are, which is, like I just explained what gems are, how many dragons there are to rescue. As you can see, there's these crystallized dragons, and we need to rescue them for 100%, and so that says how many dragons there are total. Eggs is something we're going to get into when it becomes more relevant. Father, let's see, where is it? Okay, here we go, actually. I'll come back to those other enemies in a moment. Fodder, so you'll see these like random animals throughout the world. These are known as the fodder. And so if you were to kill a fodder, however way possible, you'll get a butterfly out of it. I was about to say a flower, a butterfly out of it. What butterflies do is they refill Sparks' health. Sparks is that little golden dragonfly that's right next to you. He's your health meter. So since he's golden, he has full health. If you get hit once, he becomes blue, then green, and I believe in this game, after green, he disappears, and if you get hit after that, you lose a life. So you're going to want to kill fodder to restore Sparks' health, and I believe if you kill 10 fodder, the 10th one will be a 1-up as well. So the little sign will say what the fodder is for this world that we're in. And finally, skill point. Skill points was something that wasn't in the original Spyro the Dragon, but with the trilogy, putting all put together, they added skill points to the first game. And in this game, they're kind of not the best skill points. Some of them are like painfully easy. Like if you're going for 100%, you're going to be doing these regardless. Some of them are a bit more challenging, but yeah. So I'll be getting all the skill points as well and showing what you get for getting all those. And for the first skill point of Artisan Homeworld, which is where we are, by the way, I am going to jump and glide, and that's a skill point. And so you may be wondering why I even had this card in the first place. So if you press the, I guess whatever the like touchpad for the PS4 controller is, you bring up this little atlas right here. So it will tell you how many dragons there are. If there were any eggs, it will show you how many there are, gems, so on. If you press triangle, you can see all the skill points. The main reason I had this little card is I feel like it'd be too much interrupting the action to be constantly doing this to check. So I think this would be a bit easier on us to keep this playthrough more streamlined. So now that we got all that out of the way, I think we could really get through things. So let's next talk about the enemies. So this right here is called a goon. They are just scared of you. They're gonna just run away from you. So you can just flame them, charge them. It doesn't matter. So basically you can't get hurt at the point. Over here are gem thieves. So you'll just attack them. And this is interesting. This is a unique kind of enemy because it requires multiple hits to take out. I think that's actually the only non-boss enemy that's like that it requires multiple hits to be taken out. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. Actually, no, I'll think about that later. So yeah, and as was mentioned in the intro, Gnasty Gnorc knows a spell to make enemies into gems, and basically he stole all the dragon's gems, and all the enemies are going to drop gems because that's what they were converted into, basically. And as I kind of alluded to before, this is... Can you please get back here? What? Get over here. Thank you. Anyway, as I alluded to, I'm going to be getting 100% in this game. So all the gems, all the eggs, so on and so forth. Right here, I don't know what this is, but basically, if you smash it open, you'll get a 1-up. And how this playthrough is going to work is each episode is going to be one of like the worlds. So like for this episode, it's going to be exclusively Artisan's homeworld. And then the next episode will be like, for example, one episode would be Stone Hill, one episode would be like the boss fight, so on and so forth. And so if there's an especially short episode, then I may do 2 in one day, but for the most part, it's just going to be 1 per day. So yeah, so now what I'm going to be doing is going around the level and then getting all the gems, getting all the dragons. I already got the skill point. If there were eggs, I would be getting that as well, and yeah.
Cool flash. Do that again.
The Artisan's boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
So yeah, so after you rescue the dragons, they'll give you tips. Or but frankly, these dragons are actually, for the most part, are pretty useless. They'll give you tips, some of which you would have already known, for World now. And really, it's only these first few dragons that are actually going to be useful to you. There we go. So yeah, so don't really count on them to really be helping you out too much. But, let's see, yeah. Oh, and also, that fairy that came out from there, and then she, like, zapped me, that means my progress has been saved. So if I die, I'll end up back at, wherever we were last zapped by the fairy. I think at this point in the series, she doesn't have a canonical name. But later on in the series, she, well, it's technically a different fairy, but basically the fairy is known as Zoe in later games. But yeah.
Where's Nasty Gnorc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
So yeah, so that's basically what I was saying earlier about how Sparks is your health indicator. It's kind of not the best game design that they explained that now of all times because, because you can't get hit in this level. So it's like you kind of taught me a tip that I can't use right away. It's not the best game design in my opinion, but oh well.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. So that was the third dragon. Funny enough, that's usually the first dragon people rescue, but I love being different. Oh, speaking of being different, actually, if we go to, okay, let's go over this right quickly. So you can have a mini-map on the screen that is, I think this, yeah, right there. It's good. It's good for people who aren't used to the game, but I personally don't like it that much. It's more of just like a personal bias, not saying it's a bad map or anything. You can have subtitles on, which I prefer just because I'm also hearing impaired. Camera, you can have it passive where you manually do stuff with it, or you can have it active where it tries to stay behind Spyro, I believe. And that's other options. Sound is where I really want to go to. There's dynamic music in this game, which I really don't like. I feel like the dynamic music's overdone. But that's a personal taste. But what I'm actually going to do instead is switch to the original track, because I've never heard a clean version of like the original music for the game. So it'd be pretty interesting to hear it. I'm gonna put a link to like a playlist of like the Reignited track in the video, so that way if you want to hear the Reignited music, you can hear that. But I'm pretty interested because I never heard it before, so it'd be my first time for me as well. It's probably, I don't know, it'll probably stick out to me later, but I just want to be a bit different.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
Yeah, they have some pretty cool exchanges early on, but like after a while, they just kind of like, to be frank, just kind of like give up on like giving them like much in terms of interaction, which is kind of a shame. But the new designs that they got are pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference, but you know, little bonuses where they count, I suppose. Get over here. There we go. It's kind of weird that he has a bag so big, but gives so little money from it. But okay, we should be almost done. And if not, there is one other thing that I think I can show. I'm not 100% if it's unlocked yet. Because a good amount of things are changed between the different games. So like there's some things that are present in 1, but not 2 or 3, so on and so forth. So it gets a bit hard sometimes to remember, like, oh wait, is that in this game or in that game? But one thing I have been thinking about is getting... Actually, no, I'm going to explain that in the next episode, probably, because I think this should be it, actually. Yep, 100. And, yep, there you go. Once you see the 100% level complete, that means you are all done. So, yeah. So, I'll explain to what I was mentioning in the next episode. But, anyway... In this episode, we started off the game, and we finished off Artisan's Homeworld. In the next episode, we're going to be starting off Stone... Oh, wait, hold on. This is actually... Whoa, I never knew you could do this before. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, in the next episode, we're going to be tackling Stonehill. So anyway, I'll see you all then.